Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Naparito po kami sa Senado. Kasama po ang 18 na dating mga sundalo ng Republika ng Pilipinas sa dalawang kadahilanan. Una po ay gusto kong maklarify ang mga imbitasyon na natanggap namin. Pagkatapos po kasi ng Blue Ribbon Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing noong June 4, bandang alas 2:30 po ng hapon, nakatanggap po ako bandang alas 8 ng gabi ng isang imbitasyon na pinapatawag ulit kami sa Senado sa araw na ito, Lunes. Nagka-problema po ako dahil pagkatapos ng June 4 hearing ay nagsiuwian sa kanilang mga probinsya yung ibang mga sundalo at sinamahan din nila yung
Work today is broken. We're all working in too many...
June 4 din, 2026. Kaya minarapat ko po na sumulat kay Senator Cayetano noong araw din na yun, noong gabing yun. No? So makikita din ba dito ang in-email ko na sulat, June 4 din ang petsa, humihingi ng guidance kay Senate President Alan Cayetano. At bakit ko po in-address kay Senate President Alan Cayetano ang aking sulat? Despite the fact that some senators are claiming he is no longer the Senate President, I have here a video just 2 days ago na sinasabi ni Senator Erwin Tulfo na ang Senate President po rin ay si Alan Cayetano. At pwede ko pong ipakita sa inyo yung kanyang video na sinasabi nga na si Senator Alan Cayetano po rin ang Presidente. Kaya ko po in-address sa kanya
Senator Cayetano is still the Senate President.
Sorry po ha.
Senator Cayetano is still the Senate President. Because we don't have 13. It's against the law naman, di ba? For all the committees. Simula po sa pro tempore, we cannot touch the Senate presidency because we don't have 13. This is what the law says. You have to have 13.
Dahil po sa pahayag din ni Senator Erwin Tulfo na yan, na si Senate President Alan Cayetano po rin, ang Senate President, so I address my letter to Senator Alan Cayetano. At sumagot naman po si Senator Cayetano noong Sabado. No? At ang sabi niya rito, if I may read for your convenience, the pertinent portion of the letter. Ang sabi po niya sa second paragraph, we must clarify, however, that the hearing purportedly set for 08 June 2026 was not authorized by this office, by Senator Pia Cayetano as committee person, chairperson, or by Senator Rodante Hacoleta. So, bakit po minarapat na magpunta rito para sana tanungin kay Senator Cayetano itong sulat niya? Dahil makikita po din dyan, hiniram po itong rules ni Senator Robin. Ipapakita ko po sa inyo yung Section 17 ng Senate Resolution number 5 which was approved on August 9, 2010. At ang sinasabi dito, any invitation for a witness or any subpoena should be signed by the chairman of the committee and approved by the president of the Senate. Naliwanag po dito sa Section 17. Kaya pag tinignan po itong invitasyon, makikita ninyo dito, wala pong firma yung nagsasabi na siya yung chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee, wala rin firma yung Senate President, walang approval. Kaya dyan po kami naguguluhan. No? At bakit ko po nire-raise ito? Dahil naman po sa for our safety and security. No? And we are expecting the good senators to follow their own rules. Itong sinasite ko na Senate Resolution number 5 provides for the rules governing inquiries in aid of legislation. No? Ito po yung Resolution number 5. Okay? So, sana naman po ay sumulat sa amin yung sinasaad ng rules ng Senate. Kaya po kami nagpunta rito kay Senator Robin para makaliwanagan din kami. Pangalawa po, sa totoo lamang ay we are worried but we are not scared that Mr. Erwin Tulfo, who claims to be the new chairman of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, is presiding over this investigation. Kasi po, inaakusahan, pero siya rin ang mag-iimbestiga at eventually siya rin ang mag-decision. He is the accused or respondent, so to speak, but he is the investigator and the judge rolled into one. Sa isang demokrasya po ay mayroong functioning judicial system ay hindi nyo po makikita yung kanyang pangyayari. At kung sino pa yung akusado, siya pa ang mag-iimbestiga at siya pa ang magdedesisyon kung sino ang nagsisinungaling at kung sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo. And of course, by human nature, we don't expect Mr. Erwin Tulfo to admit his guilt. And therefore, by human nature also, it is predictable that we will cite all of us as liars. And pursuant to his power as chairman of the committee, and that is predictable, he can cite us in contempt, he can punish us, and he can send us to jail. And for this purposes po, I will cite to you Section 18 po of the same Senate Resolution number 5. Nakalagay po dito, 18, no? Content. Content. Makikita nyo dito, ang sinasabi, ito, babasahin ko po. The chairman, with the concurrence of at least one member, may punish or cite in contempt any witness before the committee who disobeys any order of the committee or refuses to be sworn or to testify or to answer a proper question by the committee or any of its members or testifies falsely or evasively. Sa tingin niyo ba, sasabihin ni Mr. Mervin Tulfo that we are testifying truthfully? Sasabihin niya yan, we are testifying falsely. And what is the consequence of that? Contempt. And once you are contempt, I cited in contempt, itong rule po na ito ay inamend ng Senate. We have resolution number 145. Senate resolution number 145. Ang matindi ko ikukulong kami. Ito. Ito. A contempt of the committee shall be deemed a contempt of the Senate. Such witness may be ordered by the committee to be detained in such place as it may designate. No? Pwede nila kami ipadala sa Pasay City Jail. That is the danger. No? Give me few minutes na lang. So yun po ang, having said all of those, this is our humble request to the members and leadership of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines. First message, we should observe the rule of law. We should observe your own Senate rules. If you do not follow your own rules, how can you expect us, non-senators, to obey your rules? Second, we humbly ask, we respectfully ask the members and the leadership of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines to observe statesmanship, not brinkmanship. We observe delicadeza. Delicadeza is addressed to the senses who were named in the affidavit of the 18 former soldiers. Hindi po pwede sa isang demokrasya na kung sino pa yung inaakusahan ay siya pa ang mag-iimbestiga at siya ang magdedesisyon kung sino ang nagsabi o hindi. Ito na naman po ang panghuli na mensahe ko sa ngayon naman ay kay Senator Robin Padilla na isang miyembro ng Blue Ribbon Committee na pinamumunuan ni Senator Pia Cayetano at ang subcommittee chairman na si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Na hinanap po namin sila ay wala sila ngayon, kaya bilang miyembro ng Blue Ribbon, sa kanya ko ihahatid ang aking mensahe. Magsusumiti po kami kay Senator Robin Padilla ng pangalan ng 14 na mga dating Marines at dating empleyado rin ni Ginoong Zaldico na nagtrabaho at natawag ding basurero na nagde-deliver din ng pera sa iba't ibang mga personalidad. At ang pangalan ng 14 na ito ay isusumiti ko kay Senator Robin Padilla at siya na po ang bahalang mag-submit sa kanyang committee. No? At itong 14 po na ito ay handa silang tumalima sa anumang sabpina o implitasyon po na manggagaling sa Senado para magbigay din ng kanilang nalalaman tungkol sa pagde-deliver ng mga maleta na ito. So, nailabas na po namin ang 18, ipapaimbita namin ang 14 pa, at kung hindi pa po kayo kontento, ay meron pa pong 7 na handang magtestigo rin. Ihuhuli ko po yung 7 dahil nasa isang maselan silang kalagayan na kung sa tingin ko makumbinsi naman ang ating mga mamamayan ay sapat na po yun. So yan lamang po at maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
So sir, to clarify, na yung after po this press con, pupunta mo ba kayo sa inyo?
Yes.
So in what do you want Senator Erwin to indicate?
By rules of decency, issued.
Pag-put nyo lang sir sa hearing mamaya na mag-immunity siya.
Well, we will manifest what I said to you earlier, that we should observe the statesmanship. No? Pangit naman, yung ikaw na yung nireklamo, ikaw pa mag-imbestiga, ikaw pa ang maging juez.
You mentioned earlier you expect them to cite the witnesses in contempt, sir?
Well, if you look at the rules, no, it says there that if you falsely testify, you can be cited in contempt. Now, if the former soldiers will affirm and confirm what they stated in their affidavit, what would be the response of Mr. Erwin Tulfo and other legislators similarly situated? Sasabihin ba niya, nagsasabi kayo ng totoo? Hindi po, ang sasabihin niya, nagsisinungaling kayo. Ngayon pa nga lang, hindi pa kami nagpakita, sinabi na niya na nagsisinungaling kayo. At kung sinabi niya nagsisinungaling kami, ano po ang consequence niyon? Binasa ko po sa inyo ang Section 18 ng Senate Resolution number 5 as amended by Senate Resolution number 145 dated February 13, 2013. So wala kaming ibang patutunguhan kundi kulong po eh. And that is why the logic of our request, the reason, the basis for our request is for him to recuse himself, to inhibit and let those who were not named in the affidavit to preside over the investigation.
Pero he can participate, sir, sa Senator.
Yes, we welcome.
Chair.
Yes, yes. And,
Sorry, sir. Senator Robby, may sinabi ko kasi si Senator Arroyo sa baba na tinatatanong po sa inyo kung saan akin niyo po ang naging nagagawin sa inyo.
Kung ano ang nais ng aking mga bisita, yun ang mangyayari. Pero hindi ako uupo dun sa consultative committee.
And
Kulang ako
sir,
sa tabi niyo.
dahil po,
we will not oblige Senator Padilla to accompany us. We can go there on our own. I want to impress upon you, dear media members, that we are acting on our own. We are not upon the dictates of anyone. And let me respond to 3 serious allegations coming from so-called high government officials. Number 1, sinabi ni NBI Director Matibag doon na peke daw ang mga ito. Hindi raw sila dating mga sundalo. Okay? Yun ang allegation niya ngayon. Pero hindi ba escort ang grupo niya? Ito, basahin ko yung natanggap kong investigasyon. Nakalagay dito. We indict Attorney Baligot and the former enlisted personnel of the Philippine military. Ito, yung grupo mismo ni Mr. Erwin Tulfo nagsasabi na that they are former enlisted personnel of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. At klaro pa dito, from number 1 to number 18, nakalagay dyan former Marines, pero yung number 6 sinabi, Rene Boy Julian, Reservist Philippine Army. Yan po ang sinabi namin sa affidavit nila. Sa number 13, nakalagay dito, Romel C. Galapon, Philippine Army. Yan din po ang sinabi namin sa affidavit nila. No? Number 2, kung peke kami, ito ang resulta ng 2 pagkakataon na tinawag kami ng NBI sa National Bureau of Investigation na ang purpose nila was to conduct an identity verification of the 18 former soldiers. At 2 beses nilang na-prove na totoo yung sinasabi na 16 ang dating Marines, 2 naman ang dating Army.